Woolly mammoth. The woolly mammoth was a giant Ice Age animal that looked similar to modern elephants but was larger and stronger. It was covered in thick, long hair to survive extreme cold conditions. A full-grown woolly mammoth could reach up to 13 feet in height and weighed several tons. Its long, curved tusks were one of its most distinctive features, used to dig through ice and find grass and plants. Thousands of years ago, mammoths roamed across Europe, Asia, and North America in large herds. However, as the climate gradually warmed, their habitat shrank. Human hunting also contributed to their decline. Eventually, this once powerful species disappeared from the Earth. Today, scientists are studying mammoth DNA to explore the possibility of bringing them back in the future. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Whenever the topic of terrifying dinosaurs comes up, the first name that comes to mind is Tyrannosaurus Rex, or T-Rex. Around 66 million years ago, during the late Cretaceous period, this giant predator roamed vast regions of North America. Scientists believe it was at the very top of the food chain at that time. It was about 40 feet long and could reach up to 20 feet in height. It weighed around 7 to 9 tons, similar to a large truck. But its most terrifying weapon was its massive jaws. Research shows that the bite force of T-Rex was so powerful that it could easily crush bones. It had around 60 large, sharp teeth, some of which could grow up to 12 inches long. Once these teeth clamped onto a prey, survival was almost impossible. Although its front arms were small, its powerful legs and enormous head made it an extremely deadly hunter. Scientists believe that most animals of that time stood no chance against a fully grown T-Rex. That is why it is considered one of the most fearsome terrestrial predators in Earth's history. Megalodon. Imagine you are swimming in the ocean and beneath you passes a shark larger than a bus. That was the Megalodon. Megalodon is known as the largest shark in Earth's history. It lived approximately 23 million to 3.6 million years ago. Scientists estimate that it could grow up to 60 to 70 feet in length. Its teeth were unbelievably large, some over 7 inches long. Its jaws were so powerful that a single bite could cause fatal damage to large whales. Its main prey included whales, dolphins, seals, and other large marine animals. When Megalodon attacked, escape was almost impossible. Even today, huge Megalodon teeth are found in oceans around the world. Some people believe it may still exist in the deep sea, but modern science has found no evidence of this. Still, Megalodon remains one of the most mysterious and terrifying extinct creatures. Dodo. The dodo is a bird that shows how quickly a species can disappear due to humans. It lived on the island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean. The dodo could not fly and had no fear of humans because there were no natural predators on the island for thousands of years. It stood about 1 meter tall and weighed between 10 to 20 kilograms. It survived by eating fruits and small plants. However, everything changed when humans arrived in Mauritius in the 16th century. Sailors hunted the dodo, and animals such as rats, dogs, and pigs introduced by humans destroyed its eggs. Within just a few decades, the dodo became completely extinct. Today, it is one of the most famous examples of human-caused extinction. Smilodon. Smilodon, commonly known as the saber-toothed tiger, was one of the most dangerous predators of the Ice Age. Despite its name, it was not a direct ancestor of modern tigers. Its most striking feature was its 2 enormous front teeth, which could grow up to 11 inches long and looked like sharp swords. Smilodon had a strong, muscular body and usually hunted large herbivores such as bison, horses, and young mammoths. Mosasaurus. If you entered the ocean during the age of dinosaurs, the most frightening creature you would encounter would be the Mosasaurus. It was one of the most powerful marine predators of its time, living around 82 to 66 million years ago. It looked like a giant mix of a lizard and a crocodile. Scientists estimate it could grow up to 50 to 60 feet long, the size of a large bus. Its mouth contained many sharp teeth that helped it hold on to prey. Once caught, escape was nearly impossible. It hunted fish, turtles, sharks, seabirds, and even smaller members of its own species. Mosasaurus was an extremely fast swimmer, using its powerful tail to move quickly through water. It sat at the top of the marine food chain. It went extinct around 66 million years ago during the same mass extinction event that wiped out the dinosaurs. Quagga. The quagga was one of the most beautiful animals lost due to humans. It was a subspecies of zebra that once lived in the grasslands of South Africa. Its most unusual feature was its appearance. The front part of its body had zebra-like black and white stripes, while the rear looked like a horse. Quaggas lived in large herds and fed on grass, living peacefully among other herbivores. However, in the 19th century, European hunters began killing them for meat and hides. Their population rapidly declined. The last known quagga died in captivity in 1883. Today, scientists are trying to recreate its traits through genetic research. Titanoboa. If you think the anaconda is the largest snake, Titanoboa will surprise you. It is the largest snake ever discovered in Earth's history. It lived around 60 million years ago in the swamps and dense forests of South America. It could grow up to 45 to 50 feet long and weigh over a ton. A full-grown Titanoboa was so massive that its length could match several humans standing in a line. It had a strong, muscular body. Instead of venom, it killed prey by wrapping around it and suffocating it. It likely fed on large animals, including crocodile-like creatures. Its enormous size was supported by the extremely warm climate of that era. Thylacine. The Tasmanian tiger, also known as the Thylacine, was one of the most mysterious animals in history. It looked like a mix of a dog, a wolf, and a tiger. It had dark stripes on its back, which is why it was called the Tasmanian tiger, although it was not actually a tiger. It was a carnivorous animal that hunted small prey and lived in the forests of Australia and Tasmania. Humans mistakenly believed it threatened livestock and placed bounties on it, leading to widespread hunting. Disease, habitat loss, and food scarcity also contributed to its decline. The last known thylacine died in captivity on 7th September 1936. Pteranodon. During the age of dinosaurs, one of the most remarkable creatures in the sky was the Pteranodon, a giant flying reptile. It had a wingspan of about 25 to 33 feet, similar to a small airplane. Despite its size, it was an excellent flyer. It had a large crest on the back of its head, which may have helped with balance. It had no teeth, but a long, sharp beak used to catch fish. Pteranodon spent most of its time flying over oceans, hunting fish near the surface. It could glide for long periods using wind currents. It disappeared around 66 million years ago along with the dinosaurs. Even today, its fossils inspire imagination and remind us of a time when giants ruled both land, sea, and sky.